we were living in a place which was near forest. And I was wandering around because there was nobody to play with me. Even when I was 5 years, I could go around the forest where we lived in Hyderabad in Andhra Pradesh. And during that time, every time I used to hear this mantra. Om Gurur Brahma Gurur Vishnu Gurur Devo Maheshwaraha Guru Sakshat Param Brahma Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. I was thinking why I am hearing this mantra always in my ears. And when I was a teenager, one of my friends was chanting this in the school. And when he chanted, it was again a feeling that, oh, I know this mantra. Then I wanted to know more about this mantra, but my friend said he doesn't know about this mantra. Then when I was studying for college, my intensity to meet a guru was so strong that for a couple of days I left my studies and went to South Kerala, where I met Guru Nitya Chaitanya Yati. And after meeting him, my life transformed. I took to the way of a sannyasi. Guru was sitting and there was a board, do not disturb. And he was continuously writing. So my friend went to the disciple of Guru and asked, can we meet Guruji? And the friend said, okay, go and meet him. So we went and talked to Guruji. He stopped writing. He started asking me, how are you doing? Where do you come from? And then he said that you will meet special people in your life. It was like a normal conversation. But then I could understand that he was sowing some seed of spirituality into me. Spirituality was embedded in me, but I didn't know before I met my Guru. Because there was something I was asking myself, what is this life? What is the purpose of my life? What is this birth? What is this death? If I die, what will happen? These questions were there very intensely in me. But I didn't know that why it was coming to me like this, so profoundly. And then still I had a search. But as you said that I was actually living a normal life in the home. It was not anything special about this kind of life. But still the inquiry was there. So that inquiry was so strong when I was in my 20s that everything shifted for me. My life from my home started to become more broader. I met Guruji is one of his disciples whose name is Swami Muktananda Yati ji. And meeting him also transformed my life. Because Guruji had mentioned to me that I will meet somebody special. And then I am meeting Guruji's disciple. That too near my home. So I was surprised. So certain things are surprise. In Bhagavad Gita also it is said, when you are looking for something which is real, it comes to you like a surprising thing as a sight, or you hear something as a surprise. You experience something like a surprise. So seeing the disciple of Guruji was a surprise for me. I started traveling. I had many experiences, like leaving the home and coming to Banaras. And from Banaras, when I was traveling towards Rishikesh, and from Rishikesh going to Uttarkashi, to the mountains, staying in the mountains for 1 year, and then taking sannyasa, And then I was staying by the Ramjula bridge. My friend Joseph, he is very close to me. He is also disciple of Guruji. He pulled me one day morning and said, "Get into this tuk tuk." I said, "Why? You are idling your time. You should study Yoga Sutra." Then I said, "Where can I go?" "You just come with me." And he took me to Swami Rama ashram. I stayed there for 3.5 years in that ashram and studied about this Yoga Nidra, meditation and Yoga Sutra. So that was also an experience for me. So there were different experiences coming. Then I could find that if I was just a doctor living in my village, only a few people could understand me, or I could have given some medicines. But now I am able to spread the idea of being one with everything from within. That the real knowledge is within, and as a human being, we have the possibility to know that one which is the highest. So this all happened, I think, only because of the Guru's blessings. Because you cannot or we cannot understand that only through mind. Whenever we talk about mind, mind is limited. Mind can be limited by words, mind can be limited by sight, mind can be limited by hearing, mind can be limited by smelling, mind can be limited by tasting, mind can be limited by touch, but the spirit within us is unlimited. So, this kind of knowledge that I am that spirit and I am unbounded by any kinds of rules of the world, but always intuition is helping me to be what I am, was the greatest fact which was happening to me, and that was the greatest transformation happening. When I first met my Guru, I felt that this is my Guru. And then when I went and met him in Ooty, he was just sitting on a chair and he was looking around. And then everybody was going and bowing down towards the Guru. So I went towards the Guru and I was slowly going to touch his feet, but I was looking at his eyes like this. The Guru was also looking with his wide open eyes like this towards me. It was like we both were looking at each other for a long time. We did not talk to each other. So it was like a message to me, there is nothing to talk. There is a silence which is the highest. And then he had paralysis of one side, like the right side. And this whole hand was swollen and it was very painful. So children and other people were around him. He was on a chair. And then people were asking, "Oh Guru, how do you feel? Do you feel pain?" And some people wanted to touch. He said, "Don't touch, it's so painful." And then they were asking, "How do you feel?" Then he lifted this hand slowly and he said, "This is Mama and this is Rosie. She loves Mama but never comes to Mama. This is Judith. She tries to at least ask, 'Hi Mama, how are you doing?' And there is Sebastian, he comes and sometimes gives small helps. And only Franklin is there who is always with Mama." So this was like a teaching for all people that even when you are having pain, you can use your fingers. So he was showing us that even when there is paralysis, the prana can help move the fingers, and also that we are not just the physical body, but we are more than that. He was teaching us a lesson with his fingers and with his mama thumb, saying to us that this is all part of life. Don't worry about the situation in which you are now. Face a situation with confidence and you are fine. Once he was giving a talk, there were so many people around him, and then some children were actually breaking the twigs of a big tree. There are many fern trees around this place. So the master stopped the class and said, don't become angry with those children. Go to that children and tell them that not to break the twigs of the tree, because if they break the twigs of the tree, Guru will have pain. So they slowly went and told these boys, do not break the twigs of the tree because Guruji will have pain. So this was the way he is teaching. He said that life is everywhere. Life is there in the trees also. Life is in animals. Life is everywhere. So I understood one thing from him, that to renunciate doesn't mean that you will become hard like a rock. You are a human being first. So even when you renunciate your family, even when you renunciate your friends, within you, you have to be soft. You should carry that softness. And that softness makes you feel humble, egoless, and happy. Sometimes ego is the biggest player. Ego says that I know many things by myself. But then, when there are situations where you are in trouble, you are saying, okay, I should ask somebody who is like a master or a teacher. Then you are just picking the phone and calling and saying, oh, I am in such a situation, help me out, there is so many problems in my life. So then we understand that most of the time we are having so much ego, thinking that we can solve many things in our life. But it is a master's blessings which are indirectly helping us to face things and also helping us on the way of progress. So that progress is not the physical progress or mental progress, it is the real spiritual progress. Spiritual progress doesn't mean to become religious. It is to know that the higher energy is around us and we can go down to that higher energy and become humble and egoless. So this experience I had with my teacher also, where it is, we cannot have a doubt towards a teacher, but always having ego that I know much better than the teacher also comes sometimes.
The part which is known as the nature and the spirit, these spirit and nature are combined together. You cannot differentiate both as two entities.
When I was a teenager, first thing I did was I was studying Bible. I was very much interested in Bible, and when I was reading about Jesus Christ, I felt that Jesus Christ was a great yogi. And if you take the word Christu and Krishna, both these words come from the same root, Kr, which means ever attractive. So Christu is still ever attractive for people. Krishna is also ever attractive for people. And when Jesus Christ was talking to the laymen, they said, Master, you are talking in parables. But today we understand that he was talking about Vedanta. He was talking about know yourself, know about meditation, know about the highest state. He was saying that when you understand about yourself, you are in heaven. These are the words of Jesus Christ. So these were very much attracting me. So for me, Jesus Christ is a master and also a great yogi. And if you see the pictures of Jesus Christ, he has long hair, mustache and beard, and he is also known as a good Samaritan, a shepherd. So this picture is there in my mind about Jesus Christ. And sometimes he is holding one sheep in his hands with love and devotion. It's like showing love towards all beings. Same is with Buddha. When we think about Buddha, we find in our heart a very kind-hearted person, always smiling personality. And even Buddha is considered to be a yogi, because if you go to Thailand, there are different statues of Buddha, and each statue is so upright that Buddha is said to always walk like a yogi. Whenever he was walking, there were so many people behind him. So I think that that is why we have this mindfulness today, because his way of walking, his smile, his look, his way of eating was really mindful. So that is a yogi's way. So therefore, Buddha is also for me like Jesus Christ. And when it comes to other masters like Ramana Maharshi, who was in South India, I am also impressed by him because Ramana Maharshi said that always ask the question, who am I? Am I this body? Am I this senses? Am I this uh, things around me or people? No, I am that one. I am nothing other than that self. And I will remain that self. And then when I talk about my great grandmaster, I also got a lot of inspiration from him because he is also considered to be the greatest yogi lived. He lived in a cave and he had two friends, a snake and a tiger, and he was meditating in that cave for many years. And when he came from there, people were saying that a yogi has come, a yogi has come. And you know, during that time in Kerala, there was a lot of caste system. Poor people could not pray to the God, they could never have an idol. So when he was in one place known as Chambarandi, people came to him and cried and said, Master, you are a great yogi. We would like to have a temple for us. So what he did, that he went and jumped into a river in Arivipuram, and he was not seen for half an hour. So people were saying, what happened to Guruji? Where is he? For 30 minutes he was not seen. But then he is coming with a big stone from the riverbed. And that stone was planted and said, this Shiva is for everyone. Still that place is there. And he said, this place is for all the people where there is no religion, there is no discrimination. Men, women, children, all can come here. And this is devoid of any kind of discrimination. So this is your home. So I went to that place also. So like that, when we meet different gurus, we understand that these gurus have no difference. Jesus Christ never preached Christianity. Buddha never preached Buddhism. So we understand that all the masters, if we see a picture of all the masters holding hand in hand, we can understand that this is universal brotherhood. Like if you see a planet like Saturn and Pluto and Mars and Uranus, Mercury, you will be surprised that they are also revolving and rotating as if holding hand to hand. This is the surprise of the universe. And we are limiting ourselves to our name, we are limiting ourselves to our home where we were born, are limiting ourselves to the status we have. But a master can only unfold and tell us that you are limitless and you will remain limitless. One day your body will perish, but you will never perish. So this I could learn from all these great masters, and I adore them in my heart.